Everybody, and welcome on in to week 5 of the eLeague of Ireland tournament powered by Virgin Media. We've had 5 weeks of competition leading up to the moment that's going to be in the Camden on April 18th, the final for the eLeague of Ireland. It's what all the players are playing for. And right now we have another fixture. Join us today. We have Example here representing Dundalk. Eric Finn is his name. Eric, how are you doing today?
Yeah, very good. Another day, another wonderful evening of fixtures in the ELOI. I'm looking forward to seeing again a nice battle between Cork City and Wexford FC. But other than that, man, 2 weeks and 2 days until the LAN event in the Camden in Dublin. I'm very excited.
It's going to be amazing. I got to ask you though, Eric, before we get into today's fixtures and everything else, how was the experience for you over the last 5 weeks playing in this event?
Yeah, it's been a positive feedback so far. Everybody's been happy enough, and the fixtures and the groups itself. Obviously, we have 5 groups, and 2 out of those of each group goes to the finals to make a lovely top 8 in the Camden. It's a great little format to have, and obviously next year we're going to be looking to do something similar. Maybe even more people would be great if possible. But with the 20 teams in both Division 1 and the Electricity Division, it's been a good mix of, we got to see Cove Ramblers with Dooley. He's done really well. Again, Owen Mulligan, Drogheda, Shamrock Rovers with Tyrone. It's good to see, some familiar faces, but also some newcomers. And, the 6 weeks have been a blast for me. Obviously playing and being undefeated in my group, but also then being on the desk with a lovely man like yourself.
I appreciate it, but I love the way you had to add in the undefeated there, Eric. You had to add in that, I seen you. But no, I definitely deserve, man. It's been a great few weeks of EAFC, and it's great to see yourself as well play. And it's going to be good to see you in the final along with all the other finalists. But listen, that's going to be in a couple of weeks on April 18th. Today, we have some fixtures underway, and here's what we have going on this evening. So kicking us off at 7:30 live on the stream, we have Kieran Walsh against Mark Hayes, Cork City versus Wexford. That is going to be an amazing fixture. We've Owen Mulligan against Colin Maher after that. Tyrone Ryan versus Luciano Gobb. And of course, Eric Finn against Owen Fahy, which I think already took place. 8 p.m. kickoffs. We have Sebastian Bury against Evan O'Toole. We've Caelan Byrne up against Connor Dooley, one of the best players we've seen in this event. Lee Kieran's up against Jordan Hayes. And Nolik O'Donnell against Andrew Toomey of Derry City. But of course, Eric, it's all about the 7:30 kickoff. One of the games, to be fair, I've been looking forward to the most. 2 players at the top of their group, Kieran Walsh and Mark Hayes, Cork City and Wexford. Eric, tell us all about this fixture.
Yeah, so obviously last time around, Cork City beat Wexford 9-2, which is an emphatic result in itself. I don't think Mark played very well that day. He is a very good player. I've had the pleasure of playing him many a time. Semi-finals in the ELOI last year being one of the many times that I have. But also I've played Kieran Walsh many times. It's a great matchup, and mathematically, Wexford can still go first tonight. It would require a huge performance from Wexford. But it's one of those games that both of these people are very ingrained into the FC scene, especially in a professional manner. They know all the guys. Like, I know that Kieran Walsh is over at the Premier League, coaching a fella over there only about 3 weeks ago. So it's interesting to see, some experienced players get to play each other in the groups and see who takes the first spot.
It's going to be very interesting. And I think, apart from the groups being, first and second place being set out, I think for Mark here, this is, kind of a chance to make a statement before heading to the finals. He already played the fixture against Kieran Walsh previously, didn't exactly go his way. But tonight, he's probably looking to make that statement so that anyone else that makes it to the finals sees him and they're going to know who he is.
Yeah, you know what? You're actually dead right, because it's one of those things. This is going to be his last game, essentially, of this tournament, of his group stages. He really wants to give it the best performance possible to have the most amount of confidence going into the finals, because first or second doesn't really matter if they're all in the quarterfinals at the end of the day. You're both the same amount of wins away from the semi-finals. So realistically for him, he just needs to pick his head up after that loss against Kieran Walsh and Cork City last time out, and he really needs to get some sort of result here today to obviously put fear into his opponent at the Camden, but also just for his own head.
Yeah, definitely. It's a mental thing as well. Going into these finals, we see a lot of these players, Eric, and I'm sure you know this more than anybody throughout the years, the likes of Tyrone Ryan, the likes of yourself, and of course the likes of Mr. Welly here, Kieran Walsh. These are all kind of regulars to finals for these events. So Marquez wants to put his name on that pedestal, and tonight he has that chance to make it. But I got to ask you, Eric, game's about to kick off here. What is your score prediction?
Oh, I'm going to say loads of goals. I'm going to say 5-4 to Kieran Walsh in Cork City.
Okay, well, listen, you heard it here first, guys. It is time for kickoff. Cork City FC's Kieran Walsh against Wexford FC's Marquez. Let's get into the action. Here we go, Eric. This is a big, big game. I've been excited for this one all day. I'm not going to lie. You know, we know what Kieran Walsh can do, but it's a chance for Wexford FC and Marquez to make that statement today. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, you're right there. And obviously, Kieran Walsh with Cork City, he's done it before. You know, so far in the ELOI last year, he reached the semi-finals. The previous year, he was a finalist. So he really wants to bring home that eLeague of Ireland championship. He hasn't been able to just yet. So this is just another stepping stone for him to get to them quarterfinals and push on and really make a statement for himself.
Yeah, and we'll see what he's all about today. Before we get into this, I mean, there's a bit of time here at the start of the pause. Eric, how did your fixture go earlier?
Yeah, so I was 3-2 up in the end. Tough game. Owen Fahy is a very good player. But, you know, I got that 3-1, you know, the 2-goal cushion. And then from there, he scored late on. But, you know, I just killed the game off and still undefeated, luckily.
Yeah, I mean, look, Eric, you've talked the talk and you've walked the walk. So it's going to be interesting to see how finals deal for you. And, of course, I wish you the best of luck with that. But right now we have a big, big fixture. Cork City, of course, in the red kit, going from left to right for Kieran Walsh versus Wexford FC, wearing the Irish white away kit. And here's the shot off the crossbar. PR check. What a finesse. Kevin De Bruyne. We're used to seeing them, Eric, but we're not used to seeing them being saved.
Yeah, and you know what? It's even more surprising that Kieran Walsh took a shot from outside the box. I've never seen him take any shots or do anything slightly meta-taming. You know, it's just the way he does things is very on the ball, liquid football, like he is doing right now. George Best, Haaland on the ball, shoots! And the ball gets sent wide. It could be another one of those days for Haaland, Gara.
I think it could be. You know, we talked about that weak foot, and I know some of these cards have the 5-star weak foot, but I still don't see it. Went past the post there again. And, I mean, look, 2 big chances early on for Cork City here. Welly already putting on the pressure. And now we see from Mark on the far side, Ginola on the ball, trying to move out wide. Has potential in the middle. Rolfo on the ball out that left-hand side with a great bit of dribbling there. It's going to be a foul and a free kick. From this position, though, it's kind of hard to set up something, Eric.
Yeah, and that's what we just see here. Mark go short there. And fun fact, he benched Haaland today for Ginola. Now, that's something that we don't see very often in a competitive setting, Haaland being the most annoying but also brilliant card in the game. So he obviously has something up his sleeve as he goes down the left-hand side at Best, really trying to work some sort of opportunity here. Charlton, Bellingham, Ronaldo, feeding, lovely turn. Collins, one turn too many perhaps. Lecaqueta gets cancelled out by Rio Ferdinand.
It looked really good there for a minute, you know. It looked like he was coming into his own form on the edge of the box there. Just took a turn too many, but got to give props, though, to Welly in that defence. I mean, he had a rock-solid back forward there, didn't move once, and, you know, he's going to be well-equipped to defend that over the 90 minutes. Mark's going to need to come out with something if he's going to be able to score. And here's Mbappe on the far side for Welly, who recycles Kevin De Bruyne. We've seen him shoot on the edge already. Might have another one yet. De Bruyne on the ball, well defended as well by Mark in the midfield, putting pressure on. Both players really coming into it here. And it goes out wide to Ogbene, a card we love to see on the ball. Players in the middle. Rolfo defends by Mark. And it's good. Look, it's back and forth here. Mark's coming into the game as well. Eric, this is going to be an interesting 90.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously Kieran feels pretty, you know, comfortable in the fact that it would take an absurd amount of goals for him to be taken over by Wexford for the top spot. So he's just willing to be on stream here, give us all a show, and I completely respect it.
Yeah, 100%. And you can see that very early on with that De Bruyne shot. He's trying to get something special in here instead of what we're used to seeing, which is usually the cutback by the byline. But there's another high through ball as well. Couple of different types of attacks being thrown here by Welly. And, you know, as much as we're used to seeing this competitive play, Eric, you know, a couple of things thrown in the mix it can prove difficult for pros. I know on multiple occasions I've talked to pros who played against players, and even some in this event, that, you know, when you play against somebody who's not pro, they kind of bring things into the game that you don't expect, and it catch them off guard.
Yeah, exactly. We are so used to overcomplicating it for ourselves. And when somebody does something extremely simple, like running down the line with Rolfo, it just throws us off our game sometimes, but it is a finesse. And Collins nicely, well, better check. Take a chill pill there, my friend. You didn't need to pan that, just catch it. But hey, yeah, this game, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I'm thinking as well, maybe Welly knows he's on stream. Cork City know they're on stream right now. Does he want to give everything that he has away to other people that could be watching, like myself? So maybe he's mixing it up right now just to throw us off the scent of what he's really about.
I mean, look, talking about overthinking it as a pro, Eric, you're describing it right there, let me tell you. I mean, if he's doing that, fair play to him. It's 800 IQ to be doing different things on the ball than he would be in the finals. But, look, to be fair, it's a competitive game. I think any theory is viable at this moment in time. And we're going to see, though, if Welly's going to keep mixing it up. But I do think, though, being the character Welly is, I know he's going to want to get this win either way. So, we're going to have to see if Mark can defend this well and even better, get a potential upset here early on in the game. We're 20 minutes in currently. R9 on the ball, spreads it out wider. Rolfo has options in the middle and wide. Rolfo moving towards it. Has Bellingham. It's De Bruyne is there in the middle. Such a good character to have on the ball. And defense, it's kind of scrappy here in the middle, Eric.
Yeah, it does tend to be that way in FC 24. The middle of the park is such a dangerous place to be because you can get the ball whipped off you, and your defense is just not prepared to deal with it accordingly. Ogbene out on the right hand side, lovely switch of play, which we will see more and more of as time goes on. I always find Welly, the likes of Owen as well, they love that, just keep passing it along. But right now he doesn't need it because he has Kylian Mbappe to do a reverse elastico and slot it into the near post. A lovely finish from Welly, and that's what we're used to seeing him do.
That was absolutely fantastic. Nearly has another chance there. Collins has to block it out here for Wexford. What a great goal. Had the ball with Mbappe. Yeah. We know Mbappe has the pace. He can burst with it. He has a bit of physicality as well. He's able to hold off the defender shortly, and he did it there exactly when he needed to. Unbelievable play by Cork City here to get the lead. And dare I say again, Haaland on the ball, but Ferdinand is there, Eric. I know you're a fan of that card as well.
Yeah, I am. And you know what? I've been thinking quite a lot in the last few days of what my team in the finals is going to look like. And it's really not going to look too different from what I'm currently playing with at home. I know we will have the use of unlocked accounts at the event. But like Philip Lamb is staying, man. He is so good for me. I can't put him down. The likes of Jude Bellingham and stuff as well. Oh, a lovely chance there. We could have seen some Duffy cheese, Garrett, I'd imagine there. But he didn't opt for it.
Yeah, I know. I was looking for that nutmeg. It could have been there, but yeah, it's interesting. I mean, to be fair, like you've went undefeated, Eric, so I'm sure mixing up your team is potentially, the wrong idea considering how successful you've been. But I'm sure some players might look to mix it up for the final for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like I guess I'm lucky in a sense where I have, most items already available to me within my own club, whether it's on loan or or just through sheer luck. So definitely, like Ruud Hullet is going to come in for somebody. I'm just not entirely sure who just yet. But it's going to be great to see everybody completely on a level playing field, because even the likes of Kieran Walsh at Cork City, he doesn't actually have Haaland in his club. So I would imagine that's somebody he's going to look to get in when it comes to the finals. And well, he does have Haaland, but he doesn't have the 97 one. He only has the 94 rated one, which obviously is a big downgrade compared to his Team of the Year version.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely need that Team of the Year card, with the shot that goes wide. Now, Eric, I don't want to put on my tinfoil hat here too much, but dare I say it could be throwing the other pros off your scent as well here by saying you're rocking the same team.
Man, you know what? You're dead right. I really could. Like these are the sort of things that wrap around my head weeks before competitions. That, this is the strategic side of me coming out. It's something I probably do too much in my own head weeks in preparation. But I mean, it paid off last time, so I'm not going to change it now.
I mean, look, if it works, it works. That's what they say. Through ball there just gets deflected out, and it's back here to Cork City. We have this 1-0 lead, and it's been back and forth a bit. We've seen Welly with a couple of attacks here. We've seen Mark primarily on the edge of the box here, struggling to get that last pass through. And when it comes to the byline and when it comes to the end of the game, Eric, that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, Ronaldo rounds the goalkeeper and spoons it into the crowd. I don't know what happened there, but maybe some sneaky pencils in the pockets from Marquez's defense, because it looked like a penalty if it was going to be anything.
I don't know what happened there. Ronaldo was through. He had an open goal. He did all the hard work, and it just went wide. I'm not sure what happened there, but now Mark has a chance to always throw a goal. Ronaldo puts in near post. Unbelievable finish. And can I just say, the finish was great. The movement was great. But that pinpoint pass to R9 through the defenders, Eric. Oh my word, that was amazing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a glimpse of what Mark can do, really. He is a very good player. Sometimes lacks confidence, and especially after the loss against Kieran last time out, he is going to, think that Cork City has his number at the moment. So it's nice for him to, equalize here going into the second half. And again, like we said before, he needs to make a statement here going into finals. And last year, he played against Tyrone Ryan, who was the current reigning champion of the ELOI. And he beat him in golden goal. So he's definitely good enough to cause upsets throughout the whole bracket. It just depends whether his mentality allows for it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. We've seen him play against some of the best. And, that's the thing about these type of games, Eric. I think everybody's on a fairly high playing field in terms of ability. A lot of these players are near the top of the leaderboard for a reason. But yeah, just about the mentality on the day and keeping your head screwed on. I think that's the biggest thing for these players. But at halftime, it is Cork City 1, Wexford FC 1. Kieran Walsh and Mark Hayes tied up here at the 45th minute. Eric, what do you expect to see here in the second half?
I think both of these boys are just here to enjoy themselves, really. At the moment, we have Mark, obviously got the goal at the end, fair play to him. He'll want to push on, but as we said, it'll take probably 10 goals to Wexford if he wants to overtake Cork City for the first place spot. And within 45 minutes of FC against a really good player, very difficult task. So both of them just going to go out, put a show on for us is what I'm thinking. I don't see any changes to that really in the second half.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one. And like you said, I think they're here to have a good time, to put a stamp here on their last fixture here before our big finals in the Camden. Eric, that's coming up soon, April 18th. I am so excited. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, really excited, honestly. Like the LAN event for ELOI last year was amazing. Then we got a bigger, better venue where anybody can come, enjoy some FC, enjoy the celebrations and some of the commiserations with the players. It's just going to be a really, really good day.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And I know you mentioned it previously, just about like the kind of community side to it, of everybody getting together in a social area. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. It's been many years that we've seen the League of Ireland happen, and there's not been that many kind of social environments for it. And I think it's going to be great to see everybody in person. And I know, like you said previously, seeing everybody's live reactions to scoring and conceding and all, I think it's a really good atmosphere to have.
Yeah, for sure. Like I do wonder what kind of crowd is going to come up. I'll probably bring some family and whatnot, and they'll definitely get behind me. But I wonder if we're going to get anybody, even players from the group stages that were unlucky enough to not make the groups, make the finals.
Yeah,
I hope to see them, and I wonder if they'll be shouting on for some names.
yeah, it'd be interesting to see. All right, definitely. I'm sure they're going to want to be a part of the event in some way, shape, or form. So hopefully we'll see some of those players make an appearance. And Ronaldo on the ball, and it's wide. Was that green time as well? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it sure was green timed. I'm not entirely sure how it hasn't went in, but these sort of things happen in FC. It's unfortunate. He didn't do anything wrong, but like things can still just not go your way, and that's 2 chances gone begging now for Cork City. That's the kind of thing that can make you think maybe it's just not my day.
Yeah, and like we said, when it comes to these games, especially in a final scenario, sometimes it's chances like that, they make or break you. So I think it's definitely good that these players get to experience those moments where they think they're in control and they're not, just to kind of keep their head screwed on. They need to stay in the game and keep pushing chances forward, because in this kind of game, Eric, sometimes you never know.
Yeah, exactly that. It's got to be interesting now. We have Mbappe, plenty of space. Rio Ferdinand tries to stand him up in front post. Green timed. Premature goalkeeper movement has cost Wexford FC a goal there. Unfortunate. A goalkeeper may have had to be moved in that scenario. But again, you just have to hope that the angle is in your favor. And unfortunately, Mark wasn't too keen on the angle that he was given.
Yeah, and look, it's Kieran Walsh here. He knows what he's doing. He's been in that situation many a time. That is an absolute rocket with Kylian Mbappe on the near post. And I think at a high level, Eric, when you sniff that keeper movement, you're going to be on the ball, especially if it comes as early as it did there. You're going to make them pay.
Yeah, you'd like to hope so. I mean, we just seen Ronaldo put it wide and Haaland put it wide early in the game. So things don't really go your way, especially cross net shots, obviously, that went wide. I'm surprised that Mark didn't think, they haven't went well for him cross net so far. Maybe just keep going. But he does have a chance here with Ginola on the ball. Rio Ferdinand with a very important block. And then we get to see Cork City once again break away, but give the ball away. It's a bit of a back and forth mess at the moment, Gareth.
Yeah, I think we've seen that a lot. You know, when a big chance happens and the players trying to bring it out here, we can see the midfield really pressing. And for both players, it's been a big dispossession kind of thing. We've seen it back and forth. Could potentially see it here again with Welly getting the ball, but he looks like he's composed himself on the switch there. Very, very important. Tries to put it across, gets the ball to Haaland. Really, really well played. It was a really fantastic switch here, and he's culling on the ball, plays it on the feet to Best, to Haaland, to Ronaldo, and Collins is there. He says no. He's not going to let another one in to Cork City. And now we see Mark breaking out here. 60 minutes just about on the clock. What an unbelievable switch to Ogbene here. Has a player in the middle in George Best, still moving forward. Wexford here looking for an equaliser, and Cullen's there to break it out. It's just back and forth. Eric Haaland on the ball. He's going to go out that wide. Mbappe's in the middle. I don't think he's going to cross it, though. Oh, it's defended well by Mark. That's the one thing about Haaland, of course, Eric, is passing isn't always the best. You know, he's got the height and the strength.
Yeah, exactly.
Lacking it. Oh, what defense there. It's back and forth here, Eric.
Yeah, crazy. Honestly, and the person that you want on the end of crosses was unfortunately on the ball out on the right-hand side for Cork City there. It was obviously Haaland. But it really is back and forth. The better chances are coming down to Cork, though. They really are. I just feel like at the moment, Wexford are just getting lost in the middle of the park, really trying to drill the ball into feet of any player near the opponent's box. It just isn't working out, but yet to see any real diversity in attack for Wexford. Hopefully, we will see some differences coming, but at the moment, it's all very similar.
It is indeed, but here's a chance down the byline, and that Theo Hernandez is just going to clear that out. Nearly gets deflected, though, on the way. Couple of good chances. You know, I think even from the first half, Eric, looking at Wexford's gameplay here, it's just been that situation where they're on the edge of the box and it's just not making that right decision moving forward. And I feel like it's really kept them on the back foot here for the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one or two things at the end of, say, a whole product. But right now, it's great play, and it's a penalty rather than a goal. Oh, maybe it's a red card as well, because surely you play on, ref. I guess you don't for penalties in general. But we get to see Ronaldo steps up, and he sticks it in the top corner to make it 2-2.
Unbelievable. I mean, it was a great goal. You know, the pass went to Ronaldo's feet, touched it really well, found the finish in the far corner, but the ref said, hold on a minute, we're going to give a penalty. But yeah, well-deserved goal there, especially with the penalty. And look, we got a close scoreline here, Eric. It's 2-2. Both players can show what they can do. And what a switch! Deary me! Hernandez! What a save, Peter Cech! That came out of nowhere. Wow!
Yeah, honestly, that's a new thing that even you could make a video on. It's the R1 square cross field. You don't hold R1 first. You hold square until it's nearly powered up, and then you hold R1 at the end of it. It semi-assists crossfield balls, but it puts the ball in front of them rather than right to the player's foot. It's a really interesting mechanic that honestly it's probably a bug rather than like a thing that they put in the game. It's just the R1 square without holding R1 first to charge up the power. It's really, really good. I've been using it the last few days.
Oh, I get it. So it skips the manual animation by doing the normal. I see. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, I mean, we've seen it being worked there to perfection. What an unbelievable ball. Nearly put Hernandez through from zero to hero, essentially. That was incredible, though. Be interesting to see many more things like that. But there's R9, and is that a red? It wasn't. It was skied in the air, Eric.
It has to be a red time finish because otherwise, that's just not the card that you paid for. You have a Ronaldo, probably 15 million coins worth, and it has to be red timed. If it's not, I'd be looking for a refund.
Yeah, that was very, very unlucky. And here's another great switch as well. A lot of switches here in this second half. Both players really mixing it up and utilizing the width of their gameplay. Best on the ball. Has to recycle here. Go back to Ferdinand. He's a bit away from home here, but he gives it back to Ogbene. Great ball to Charlton. Has Mbappe in the middle. Puts it to Haaland for the header now. We know what's happening. Mbappe! Collins defended well. And, you know, I got to say, Eric, since that Collins card has been brought in, he's been a rock for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, he has. Now, myself, I don't trust him enough to put him centre back, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
But I do have him at fullback. That's my current plan. He has technical plus as well. So if he really needs to be on the ball, you just hold R1 and pray to God. But he's all right. Like I personally, I do not trust him in the middle. but he's a staple in most teams now, which is great to see. And even Ogbene is getting a lot of game time.
Yeah, he really, really is. Ben has been a star for a lot of the width of these players in wing back, but gives the ball away there. Kylian Mbappe against Ferdinand. Mbappe beats him here on the width. He's looking for something in the middle. Goes back to De Bruyne. We know he's the right foot. Kevin De Bruyne. Check with the save. Very, very close there. I don't think it was a time finish, so it left for Czech for an easy kind of parry to the side there. But with that Kevin De Bruyne card, I'd have all hands on deck, Eric, when he's on the edge of the box. That would scare me.
Yeah, I have him on the bench myself. I just haven't found that's a lovely little dinked pass after an outside ball roll. There's plenty of opportunities here. 12 minutes left to go, and it's 2-2. It's definitely a better game from Wexford this time round compared to last time. And they're even mixing it up in attack now going forward. Mbappe finds the ball. Oh, it is offside, unfortunately. But I'm glad to see a very attacking game from both sides and plenty of confidence grown.
Yeah, 100%. Both players. And there it is again. If he's onside, Benny has to clear that out. And that switch, Eric, I mean, look, we're seeing it here early. We know how these kind of tactics can set trends for later on games. So potentially a tactic we could see tomorrow again.
Yeah, probably me, to be fair. But it's good to see that Welly is using that quite a lot. Going into the finals, information like this is imperative, So the more I get to see, the better. Right now we have Mbappe. Haaland in the air to Mbappe. Oh! And it is a great save from Petr Cech. I wonder if a touch was possible. The whole goalkeepers, everybody celebrating with the goalkeeper.
He's getting rushed.
I've never seen that before in my life, but that's hilarious.
It was like they scored a goal. They're all rushing him. That was incredible. I'd be hugging him as well. What an unbelievable save from about 2 yards out. Absolutely incredible. In the 80th minute as well. Could have been one of the last big opportunities of the game there. And Cork City got lucky on that occasion. We haven't been able to say that a lot this game, but I'm sure now Welly knows it's crunch time and he needs to put one of these attack forward and he needs to make it successful.
Yeah, exactly. It's as we said, yeah, he does want to win. Of course he does. That's why he's whipping out the R1 square cross field. He's trying to use all his tricks in the book to get this win, but Mark is just holding himself in the game and also getting great chances, but so is Cork City. Ronaldo, reverse elastic into the far corner, and it's good night to Wexford FC. There is 4 minutes left to go. But lovely football, lovely feet work. It's exactly what Cork City wanted.
That is unbelievable. Wow. Kieran Walsh, take a bow, son. That was just absolute perfection. The turn and the passing, everything was just mechanical. He knew what he was doing, and it was a great, great finish to boot. And what a ball cross field. Keeper's going to have to claim. It's a bit of a... Oh, you never know with them, Eric. When it's a 50-50 with the keeper, sometimes they punch it as well. It's a tough one to call.
Yeah, exactly. But there's probably last chance saloon. Rolfo on the ball, over the top into Haaland. Can he find somebody on the edge? He can. Mbappe on the ball, looking for somebody. Alexia Putellas, Bellingham. He's going to play it out to the right-hand side. Where is Erling Haaland? I'm sure Mark is saying. Where he doesn't need him. He has Bobby Charlton. And it's 3-3. Wexford FC versus Cork City. And that is a fantastic bit of play from Wexford.
Unbelievable. I mean, we talked about Haaland. I think we all assumed that was going to be the play. It was going to be look for the man with the height in the box. But it's just a driven pass to Charlton's feet. He finds it back in the net, makes it 3-3. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of that fixture for Group A. What an unbelievable game for any spectators watching. That is how you play high-level EAFC. And it's 3-3 here for Cork City's Kieran Walsh against Wexford FC's Mark Hayes. Incredible game there, Eric.
Yeah, amazing. That's exactly what we wanted. We got to see both players show up, really put in a good performance. And that sort of thing is what Emerald and Wexford are going to want going into the quarterfinals. They are very good players. And, he obviously didn't have a great result last time round against Cork City. But today, he made that difference. And now he can use this performance and try and bounce off it and get even better going into the finals in 2 weeks' time.
100%. This is potentially not the first time these players are going to meet in the finals. We got to realize that. So, I think it's a time that he got to absorb some of Welly's gameplay, and Mark got to come out and try out some new things himself. And in the end, they worked. It's all about catching players off guard. He did so in the end. I didn't expect that pass. I don't think anybody did. Bang into Charlton's feet. Great finish as well. And to equalize against a player like Kieran Walsh, who we've seen already get the best of Mark Hayes, that's going to, like you said, Eric, give him confidence going into our grand finals.
Yeah, like that's exactly what you want. When you finish these groups and you already know you're going into the finals, you don't want to get obliterated in your last game, giving you, a weird feeling in your mouth. You just want to perform the way you know you can, and then build on it from there. That is all you can ask for. I'd imagine for JP, same tomorrow again for him. Mathematically, he can go through against me, but realistically, he just wants to show a good performance, something nice to build on going into the finals, and that's exactly what Wexford have done.
Yeah, it's really, really, really nice to see players come through and, fight against the odds. I do love a comeback story. I've said it multiple times here on the stream. So it's nice to see that Mark got the equalizer at the end against Kieran Walsh. And these finals are going to be exciting. Eric, that's our only fixture on stream today. It was a great one. I got to say, tomorrow's the last day of our group stages before our live final in the Camden on April 18th. What can viewers expect tomorrow?
So yeah, you're gonna get to see myself play. So unfortunately, Garra's gonna be on his own for the first game at 7:30, and then, which is gonna be a great game. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna make sure I'll show up. I'll do some fun stuff for you on stream. But realistically, the big game tomorrow is the decider. It's somebody's funeral for their chances at reaching the LAN event. It is Ryan Duffy versus Owen Mulligan, and Owen Mulligan being the last year's finalist. And the previous fixture that they played against each other in finished as a draw. Now, a draw would be good for Owen Mulligan. It would get him through. But Duffy, man, he has something up his sleeve every time we watch him, and I cannot wait for it.
Yeah, it's going to be an unbelievable fixture. And I know, Eric, you have your game at 7:30, but I'm sure once your fixture is done, you're going to be jumping up. You're going to be jumping up to watch this one straight away.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. It's going to be a great one to watch. So with that being said, folks, that is going to be all of our action today for the eLeague of Ireland tournament. But tomorrow is our last day of the group stages. I encourage you all to make sure to tune in and watch it. It's going to be a spectacular day of EAFC. So until tomorrow, have a great one, guys. Good luck. Have a good night. I'll catch you then. Peace.
Can't keep me down, lost my thoughts, feel like I could drown. No, no, can't have it now, buried so deep I'm below the ground. I go, where I hear the sound, all on my own, I can feel it now. Unknown, so my heart pounds, cause I don't understand what happens now. Oh no, I'd rest in peace, leave behind a lesser me, working